Hello and welcome to the first Nerd Cave of 2016, one of many I'm hoping. I hope you all had a great Christmas and New Year. What did you get? Tell me down below. I'd like to know what you guys got this year. Did you all have a good New Year? Again, let me know down below. I kind of wanted to just sort of get back into the swing of things by talking about a little film that came out about a month ago. Just some little tiny independent thing that was called Star Wars The Force Awakens, like the biggest film in the world at the moment. Yeah, obviously very excited to see it. I was there midnight on the 17th of December. Not very many times I've done that. I think the last time I did that was with The Dark Knight, years and years ago now, like 2008. So yeah, a long time ago. But yeah, definitely needed to go see Star Wars at the cinema. First showing it would ever have there. And yeah, oh, what an amazing film. It was everything that I hoped it would be. Getting a lot of criticism because people are basically saying it's a reboot of A New Hope, or it's a redo of A New Hope, and I have no issue with this at all. I think it's what needed to happen. After the prequels, which people really didn't like on the whole, as far as I'm concerned with the prequels, don't mind them, thought they were okay. Were they Star Wars? That's debatable. But they weren't as bad as some people make out that they are. I think that started with Simon Pegg on Spaced. He said that they weren't very good, and then people sort of followed suit. Before then, you didn't really hear as much that the prequels are bad or terrible or whatever people want to call them these days. So I don't hate the prequels. I don't think they're the best films ever made. Certainly not the best Star Wars films ever made. But they're not quite as bad as people make out they were. But they did confuse issues for a long time. And I think because JJ and Disney are basically making Star Wars for a whole new set of people now, a whole new generation, I think they needed to happen. And I think that they needed to reboot with the same tropes as A New Hope had. Because at the end of the day, A New Hope wasn't the most original work in the world either. It was very derivative of the legends of all cultures, really, of many cultures, and George Lucas did that on purpose. You know, that was a conscious thing that he did. So I don't think JJ and the Disney team and his team have done anything bad by basically doing what George Lucas did in the first place. The film itself was brilliant. I think the story was paced excellently. There was not one time when I was in that cinema that I thought, oh, you know, this is dragging a bit, or this scene feels out of place, or this isn't great. I thought the pacing was brilliant. I thought the idea to bring Han Solo back as the old guy who shows the new characters the way to go was the best way to do it. And I think killing him off in the same way that Obi-Wan was killed off was again a good thing to do. I'm guessing because Harrison didn't want to do it anymore. I'm guessing that's why they killed him off. That's fine. If he doesn't want to do any more, I don't really want him in Star Wars. Let the other people have a chance. And at this point, really, it's about the new characters. The old characters returning did a great job. Carrie Fisher doing her bits and pieces that she did. And obviously Mark Hamill at the end. Not saying anything but conveying a million different emotions at the same time. Absolutely excellent acting. But they did enough to keep the story going on. They did enough to pass the torch on to the new generation of actors and the new characters. Speaking of which, you have Finn. I liked Finn a lot. John Boyega knocked it out of the park with this one. I really liked Finn. I like the fact that he is just a scared guy running away from something he doesn't want to do, and that he previously worked in sanitation, and that he doesn't want to kill anyone, and so that's the reason he decides to run from the First Order. I also like the way that they were quite clever with the trailers, because every time you see a trailer, it's always Finn. He has a lightsaber, and they sort of misdirect you into thinking it's Finn that's going to be the focus of the film, and he really isn't. Every time he picks up a lightsaber, he gets his ass handed to him, basically, which is quite funny. And then you have Poe Dameron, my personal favourite of all of the new characters there. I think because he's so just enthusiastic about doing what he does, he's the best pilot in the world. Sorry, in the universe, or at least the Star Wars galaxy, and it certainly shows. Whenever he's in an X-wing, it's quite exciting. And whenever you see the X-wings in this film, I don't usually like X-wings, but in this film, I like X-wings a lot. I think they're really, really cool. And the way that Poe Dameron flies was brilliant. There's some lovely little interplay between him and Finn right at the start. Just as there's some lovely little interplay between Poe and Kylo Ren at the start. Do you talk? Or do I talk? Do I talk? Do you talk? Do I talk? Do you talk? Very good. I love that. And like I say, the interaction with him and Finn, nice little bromance going on there. And then of course we have Rey very briefly. Rey, really good character. I like her a lot. She's kind of a combination between Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, in the fact that, you know, she's a great pilot, she can fix things, she's got that Jedi sensibility, and she's also got the sarcasticness of Han Solo, and she, you know, she doesn't need anyone helping her. She's quite capable of looking after herself, and I like that. And I also like the fact that her force powers sort of seem to remain dormant for a long time, and then at moments of stress she kind of needs them. It's kind of like an X-Man Jedi kind of a thing. Stress brings it out of her. Very, very cool. Really well played by John Boyega, Oscar Isaacs and Daisy Ridley. Can't wait to see what these guys do in the next film. And then the bad guys, the Kylo Ren, very good performance by Adam Driver. You know, he is this big, scary Sith Lord-like being until he takes the mask off, when you just see that he's a tortured little boy. Very clever to have sort of two characters in the same person. Very well done, and you know, the whole fanboy Vader thing going on as well. Liking where this is going. I want to see more of that. And the same with Hux. Not many people mentioning Domhnall Gleeson as Hux, but I really like him. There's a speech that he gives on Starkiller Base before they destroy the Republic system that is just so scary and really, really cold and angry, and oh, it's brilliant. It's such a brilliant speech, and I can't wait to see Hux again. Phasma, I need to see more of Phasma. Come on, Phasma, I invested in one of these because of you. I want to see more of you in the next film, so I can say, look, she is cool. So I've got to wait 18 months for this to become cool again, but come on, she does look cool. So yeah, I want to see Gwendolyn Christie do more in the next movie, because she didn't really do much in this one. I mean, people are saying, you know, well, Boba Fett didn't do much, which is true, you know, he totally didn't do much in any of the films he was in, but I'd like to see Phasma do a bit more. And Snoke, I want to know who Snoke is, I want to know what his deal is, because, again, very, very cool performance by Andy Serkis, a lot of Wizard of Oz sort of things going on with Snoke. I want to know what's going on. Is he that tall? Is he that big? I don't think he is. I don't think he's as big as a human, but I'm very interested to find out where that's going. All in all, great film. It sort of put in myself the emotions that I wanted it to. It felt like Star Wars. JJ and his team really knocked it out of the park with making it seem like the same universe that we'd just gone from Return of the Jedi. It wasn't the universe that the prequels had given me. It was the same universe that I'd left about 30 years ago. And thank you, JJ, and all that, you know, for doing that. And I really hope that the team that take over, and Rian Johnson's team, do exactly the same sort of thing for the next film, but carry the story forward. I think that's what everybody is saying. Fair enough. We understand the reasons why it's like A New Hope. Now let's carry the story forward. Now let's see what else is out there. And I think that's exactly what needs to happen now. But that's my little reviewette of The Force Awakens. In conclusion, I liked it. Did you like it? What did you think of JJ's direction? What did you think of them going back and basically retreading old ground? What did you think of the new characters? Did you like them? Did you, you know, are you interested to see more of them? And you know, what did you think to the killing of Han Solo? Are you with me in saying that it basically Harrison Ford wanting to retire now? Or do you think that he could have sort of stood up a bit more and said, I'll do one more film after this? Let's hear it. Let's hear the comments down below. Let's comment, rate and subscribe, please. Also, like the video if you like it, because, you know, why would you not want to do that? Thank you very much. I shall be back with another video very, very soon, hopefully at the end of this week. But in the meantime, have yourselves a good day. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye for now.